Nintendo has a really funny way of just dropping bombs, and today was no exception during their E3 2017 presentation. Hey guys, it's Elijah from Rocket Sloth, and Metroid Prime 4 was a huge surprise, and they just dropped an announcement that they have officially begun development. Today we're going to be talking about that. Let's get into it. I like how nonchalantly Nintendo just announces a brand new Metroid Prime game for Nintendo Switch. It's kind of interesting because for the most part, fans thought the Metroid Prime series was over. The third game in the trilogy came out in 2007, which was 10 years ago, which is crazy to think it's been that long. And then they even rebooted the Metroid series in 2010, I believe, with Metroid Other M. So it came to a shock to everyone when they showed that they're going to be going back to the Metroid Prime series, which was so beloved by the fan base, and I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna go back and play through all of the Metroid Prime games again just for this brand new announcement. What's interesting is for the most part the original Metroid Prime trilogy was pretty self-contained. They led into each other and had a finale. So I'm curious to see if Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a prequel or if it's going to be a new story arc that takes place afterwards, kind of like what Star Wars does with their trilogies, how they're still related, but the stories for the most part are self-contained. I'd love to see Metroid Prime 4, 5, and 6. Like, I'm okay with that. Of course, they didn't show any gameplay or anything other than just the fact that they're making the game, which it's still pretty far away. I assume we're probably not going to see an actual release until 2019. Maybe 2020. I would hope for 2019, but knowing Nintendo's track record with postponing games to make sure they're good, I'd be okay with the 2020 release as long as the game is good. It also kind of helps because with the Nintendo Switch I was getting kind of nervous with how many titles the game had. I felt like there wasn't really anything long-term to get excited for, just the couple of games that were going to be coming out like ARMS and Splatoon 2 and Mario Odyssey. So it's really good to know that there's something worth buying in a couple of years, and I really am okay with that. Of course, I would have loved to see gameplay or some sort of other trailer, but I'm just happy with the announcement. I'm gonna go with it. We really don't know anything about like what's gonna be in the game. I would really hope for the regular great story mode. Maybe if they threw a multiplayer in there. I've talked about this before on this channel, but I would love to see some sort of Metroid first-person shooter multiplayer. It doesn't have to be related to the story, it doesn't have to take anything away from the story, but I really think like it would help with the longevity of the game if there was something extra to do after you beat the story. But I guess I want to turn it around to you guys. Did this catch you off guard? Were you anticipating a Metroid Prime 4 announcement? Will you buy this game when it comes out? Leave a comment down below. I read every single one of our comments that we get, so if you guys have something to say, I will read it. And while this video may be over, we have been covering E3 over here on Rocket Sloth, and if you want to see our opinions and feedback, be sure to be subscribed because we have a lot more videos to make in the coming days. We have been doing a lot of coverage so far, so you can check back on our old videos. And of course, in the future, we cover all gaming news, top lists, and gaming discussions here on Rocket Sloth, your new #1 source for all things gaming.